The Sallie House, located in Atchison, Kansas, has long been considered one of the most haunted houses in the United States. Its reputation for paranormal activity stems from the disturbing experiences of its former residents, Tony and Deborah Pickman. The Pickmans moved into the house in the early 1990s, unaware of its dark history. They soon began experiencing strange occurrences. Lights flickered, and unexplained cold spots appeared throughout the house. One night, Tony woke up to find a young girl standing by their bed. Assuming it was a ghost, he tried to reach out, but the figure vanished. Things escalated when Tony started suffering scratches and burns that appeared out of nowhere. These injuries often manifested in front of witnesses, leaving them terrified. One night, a teddy bear in their son's nursery caught fire without any apparent cause. The Pickmans contacted a paranormal investigation team, who discovered that the house was haunted by multiple spirits, including that of a young girl named Sallie. According to local legend, Sallie had died during a botched appendectomy in the house and sought revenge against those who lived there. Despite numerous attempts to cleanse the house, the activity continued until the Pickmans finally moved out. The Sallie House remains a popular site for paranormal investigators and thrill seekers, many of whom report experiencing similar phenomena. On a cold February evening in 2004, Maura Murray, a 21-year-old nursing student, disappeared without a trace. Her case remains one of the most baffling unsolved mysteries in the United States. Maura had emailed her professors and work supervisors that she was taking a week off due to a family emergency, which turned out to be untrue. She packed her car with clothes, textbooks, and toiletries, and drove into the snowy New Hampshire night. Around 7:30 p.m., Maura lost control of her car on a sharp curve and crashed into a snowbank on Route 112 in Woodsville, New Hampshire. A nearby resident heard the crash and called the police. When the officers arrived, Maura was nowhere to be found. Her car was locked, and inside, they found her belongings, including a box of wine and an empty bottle of beer. Despite extensive searches by authorities, volunteers, and even psychics, no trace of Maura has ever been found. Her disappearance has sparked numerous theories, from abduction to voluntary disappearance. Some speculate she met with foul play, while others believe she intentionally vanished to start a new life. The case continues to haunt investigators and Maura's family, who still hope for answers about what happened that fateful night. June and Jennifer Gibbons were identical twins born in 1963 in Barbados. They became known as the Silent Twins because they only communicated with each other, creating a private language that no one else could understand. Their isolation from the outside world led them to develop a symbiotic relationship that was both intense and destructive. They exhibited bizarre behavior, mirroring each other's actions and movements, and refused to speak to anyone else, including their family. As they grew older, the twins began writing stories and novels, which often featured dark and violent themes. Their bond took a more sinister turn, culminating in a series of crimes, including arson and theft. In 1981, they were committed to Broadmoor Hospital, a high-security psychiatric institution in England. During their time at Broadmoor, the twins expressed a belief that one of them had to die for the other to live a normal life. In 1993, Jennifer suddenly died of acute myocarditis, a rare inflammation of the heart, shortly after their transfer to a lower security facility. Her death remains unexplained, adding to the eerie mystery surrounding the twins. Following Jennifer's death, June began speaking to others and leading a relatively normal life. The story of the silent twins continues to intrigue and disturb those who hear it, raising questions about the limits of human connection and the depths of psychological bonds. In January 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers led by Igor Dyatlov set out on a challenging expedition through the Ural Mountains in Soviet Russia. Their journey ended in tragedy, and the mysterious circumstances of their deaths have sparked countless theories and investigations. When the hikers failed to return, a search party was dispatched. Weeks later, their tent was found ripped open from the inside, with the hikers' belongings and shoes left behind. The bodies were discovered at varying distances from the camp, some under several feet of snow. Many of the hikers had severe injuries, including skull fractures and chest trauma, which forensic experts compared to the force of a car crash. One hiker was missing her tongue, eyes, and parts of her lips. Despite the intense cold, some of the hikers were found partially dressed, suggesting they had fled the tent in a state of panic. The official Soviet investigation concluded that an unknown compelling force had caused their deaths. Over the years, theories have ranged from avalanche and infrasound-induced panic to secret military tests and alien encounters. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the investigation, concluding that an avalanche was the most likely cause. However, many aspects of the case remain unexplained, and it continues to be one of the most enduring and chilling mysteries in modern history. These stories reflect the disturbing and often unexplainable events that linger in the shadows of our world, reminding us that the line between the known and the unknown is often more fragile than we think.